Hey guys, MTG Noob back, bringing you the finals. This hand is a trap hand because we have two Typhoid Rats to hold down the fort, but we have a bunch of red cards we can't play, so I'm gonna mulligan this. This is also a really bad hand, um, but I think we can get hopefully luckier with this hand. I don't really feel like mulling the 5. Okay, so our opponent put us on the play. Hopefully we end up with a non screwy game. Okay, he's got probably Blazing Torch, which is, of course, awesome against our deck. Alright, let's rip a land. Okay, Victim of the Night. If we don't rip land soon, we're going to fall very far behind. We really want to rip a mountain next turn to play out this guy. Could also play out this guy. Victim of the Night is good, but right now we really want to try to rip a land. I don't want to lose this finals due to land or mana screw, but we're trying to hang in there and hopefully we rip a red source. I'll take a swamp, but I'd love a mountain here. Okay, it's a Typhoid Rats. It's something at least. It's a good ground guy against him. I didn't look back at any of the previous rounds, so I don't really know what my opponent is playing. The reason for not doing that is in real life, you don't really get to know what your opponent is playing. So therefore, you can't do that, and it's not really a great skill to practice. However, online, I would certainly recommend it. Okay, what's this madness he has? Okay, that guy's good. That guy's most likely getting um, killed. Okay, yay, we rip our land. We'll swing in, see what he wants to do. I don't know if he's got any sort of protection for a creature of that caliber. So we're going to kill it with Victim of the Night right now because it's a really good guy and it's going to be a pain in the butt. I know I could have played out a Patrician, but he could have just tapped it, and if he has like Ranger's Guile or any spell to block that, it's really hard. The only problem with what we just did is now we put a creature in his yard, so he can always just do things like that. And of course we have Rack with Madness, so this is why I hate this spell, because it is really good against creatures that have higher levels of power, but not creatures that have higher toughness, etc. Okay, so we're gonna try to bait it out here by doing this. He's not gonna block, but we gotta get in that point of damage, and we're gonna play out a Torch Fiend, hoping that he sees that his Blazing Torch is gonna hopefully go away, and he'll maybe try to shoot this, but that's not going to be the line of play he takes because he would probably swing in and not care. But what's good for us is he can't effectively use his torch, and we can set up a sack and slip, which, if that term gets popular, I want copyrights on it, to really try to kill his guy and his torch. Okay, so we'll see what he decides to do. Right now we're at a pretty huge disadvantage, I would say, unless he somehow buffs his guy's power only, which would be very awesome, because then we can kill it with Rack of Madness. Okay, so that's actually really good for us, but we're going to let him attack first, because we don't want him to get to use the Blazing Torch. Okay, and now hopefully he doesn't have a combat trick here, because if he does, I think we're going to just end up getting really screwed. Like if he has some sort of protection spell here, which he might, but I don't think many decks run the Ranger's Guile. Okay, so now we have a lonely old Typhoid Rats versus hopefully not another one. I know there were tons of stitched creatures before, and let me tell you, if he has them all, we are very screwed. I know I took a zombie Goliath myself, but Rack with Madness against cards like that doesn't really do much. Okay, so we'll see what he does here. Okay, he plays a Karen Vigil, which is good right now, especially since he got to Morbid it, and he's also playing a Plains. Okay, and it gets to go onto the battlefield untapped, so we are even further away. Okay, we need to rip a land now. I would have never played out a Lantern Spirit unprotected. Land? Good stuff. Okay, his deck's really good. We got to keep getting lucky. I'm not even going to give him the opportunity. You know what? Let's give him the opportunity to trade with the rats. It's way worth it. I don't see him wanting to trade with the rats, but I think it's way worth it. Okay, but if he plays bombs now, we're kind of screwed. So, okay, and let's make sure this still says power. We'll kill that. Okay, and let's hope he's out of gas, because we are very close to being out of gas ourselves. Hopefully he doesn't just drop a bomb now on us, because that would be really bad. Okay, he's got a lot of nice little flyers. Okay, and he's got, I guess, a sub. Let's see what he tossed. He has a sub theme, okay? He got to take some lands, but he ditched some creatures. Okay. We're going to lead out with the Patrician here. So we know two cards in his hand are land. Okay, and we'll play out our land, and we'll leave up Victim of Night mana. Yeah, we'll play out the Patrician. Okay, this way. It might have been right to play out the Pitchburn Devils there to really put on the pressure. Okay, that's fine. 0-1 lifelinker, anybody? Okay, we'll gladly smash ahead with our Typhoid Rats, who's being the little engine that could here. I don't think I'm going to need to play out the 6th land here. We'll play our guy out, and we'll pass. The only reason I would need 7 lands is a flashbacked Sever the Bloodline, which if I draw it, I could still play it, and things like that. Alright, hopefully he doesn't play a bomb soon, because his deck's gotta have a bomb in these colors, like a giant 6/9 can't deal with. We're screwed. But we have a lot of outs, and hopefully we can rip a land and just draw removal, removal, removal. I don't want to rip too much more land. Okay, that's probably a creature of some variety. Hopefully not a big variety. Okay, another removal spell from him. Okay, we don't have really anything to deal with that. Okay, he's got a Pilgrim. Gonna equip it. Okay, it's a race. Okay, oh man. Rats in the house. Okay, what's good though is, oh, don't trade with our rats. That's messed up. Replacement rats deploy. Okay, we're gonna hopefully start doing things soon. Like drawing one of our, I believe we have 2 occultists, but 2 occultists chucking these guys is really good. Oh, I just changed the order. I don't even know how I did that. Alright, we're definitely gonna play out a land here. I know at times people are always tempted to swing with their creatures that have no power, just kind of for fun. Oh, here comes a bomb. Alright, Orchard Spirit, that's fine. Okay, equip Orchard Spirit, that's fine. But you really don't want to do that because a lot of times they have haste creatures, and Magic is a game of fun, but if you really want to take it seriously, you end up really losing yourself in that moment. Okay, we're bricking here pretty hard on lands. He's hopefully going to be bricking as well. He's thinking. Oh geez, hopefully this isn't a monster. That's a pretty big monster, but Typhoid Rats kind of sits in his way pretty well. Pitchburn Devils also does, so I would think my opponent would kill my rats before he does really anything. Okay, we'll see what we have to do here. Yep, I would think that that's a decent play. Okay. Zombie Apocalypse is good. I think we're gonna give him the opportunity to potentially overextend one more turn. I think if he wants to swing here, we'll block. Wait, that thing turns into a werewolf right now. We can't give him that opportunity, unfortunately. We have to kill that. Human. Damn you, human. Okay, and we don't really gain anything. It's more of a one for one there. But if we would have let it flip, it would have turned into a werewolf, and then we couldn't have killed it. So we had to essentially do that there. Okay, so now I guess it's his turn to start beating us down. He's at 16 cards. Hopefully we start ripping into something really good soon. I'll take an occultist off the top. Ooh, good call. Called shot. All right. I'll also take an occultist that can not get killed. Okay, so what are we going to do? We're going to occultist his orchard spirit for 2. Okay, that's a grotto. Can't block. So all of our guys are fuel at the moment. Hopefully our occultist gets to stick, which seems like it might. Okay, we're going to kill this. Pay red. Sacrifice our guy. Okay, we'll hold back our land. Like I said, not attacking for no reason. If he plays anything with 5 toughness, we're good. I mean, it's not really wise to attack with that, so I'm just gonna wait. Right now we have 10 damage between sacking this and hitting him for 10, so I just want to play this out till we get another creature that's really good. Okay, what's this? Okay, gets the Towergeist. Then he gets to mill a card and get a card. This deck's pretty good for a green, blue deck splashing white. Hopefully he doesn't have Burden of Guilt, because then he can keep. But we could just respond. Okay, that Towergeist isn't very scary at the moment. We want to basically just dome him for 13 if we can. So if we draw one more creature, we can just do that. Seeing what he's doing. He obviously probably ripped into something or was debating playing out the land. Towergeist, not too scary quite yet. So hopefully we rip our other Pitchburn Devils and then we would be really good. Okay, we're seeing what our opponent does. Finally, an opponent whose clock is lower than ours, which is always nice. Okay, if he ends up finding a way to kill our occultist, then that's fine. I think he's trying to see if he wants to play something with 5 power. Okay, kind of feel like that's just bait, so we'll let him have that. Okay, Rockish Air. Okay, we'll play it out. And now we're going to just start trying to dome him here. If he wants to swing in for 4 a turn, that's fine. We don't really care. We're going to just brimstone him and swing, hopefully for lethal, the next turn. I don't think he's even in a position to really swing. That's fine. We say, okay, we'll do everything end of his turn just in case he has like a giant worm. We're not in a real position to lose, you know. If he plays another guy out and then travel preps it, that's fine. Okay, Civilized Scholar is fine. Okay, what does this do? Vampire, werewolf, or zombie. Okay, so he gets to kill our Rakashare. Okay, in response, we'll dome him. Pay red. Okay. Puts him to 11. Say okay. And then we'll brimstone him down to 6. And then he's got to basically kill us on his turn. I mean, this may seem very short-sighted of a plan, but hopefully we just draw. Like, that's really good off the top. Like, that should be game unless he has a removal spell in the air. Okay, so we'll swing in for 2, and that's game. So he's got a lot of humans, so Zombie Apocalypse is really good against him. We're going to leave that in. Um, he has a pretty good deck. I'm trying to see if anything's amazing for us that we don't have in the board. I'm going to say no. I think we are looking pretty good. It's possible splashing white mana for Burden of Guilt, but I'll leave it as is. So thanks for watching. Bringing you game 2 of the finals next.